Equal vectors. Two vectors are called equal if they have the same magnitude and the same direction. Let's see. We have two vectors AB and CD, and these are equal vectors. We can say them equal vectors because both of these two vectors have the same magnitude and same direction. Now we check whether they have same direction or not. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we see that in the case of vector AB and y component, that is the vertical component, is of 7 units. In the case of CD vector, x component is again of 4 units and y component is of 7 units. So x component is equal to x component, y component is equal to y component. Hence we can say that these two vectors are equal. We proceed further. Four, 7. Hence AB vector is equal to CD. So if we find the magnitudes of these two vectors, even then we get the same result. But it is evident from here that their corresponding components are equal. X component, for example, I say 4 is equal to this 4, and y component is equal to y component. When the corresponding components of two vectors are equal, the vectors are equal. When the magnitudes of two vectors are equal, then vectors are equal. And the second thing is that they must have same direction. So there is no change in direction. there exists parallelism between these two vectors. AB line segment and CD line segments both are parallel, they are never meeting, they have no common point, and the perpendicular distance between these two lines would remain always the same, and they will never coincide. That's why these are parallel vectors. They fulfill all the requirements of being parallel. The third thing we can test, that's to find the magnitude. AB magnitude is equal to 4 square plus 7 square, that's equal to 16 plus 49 and it adds up to 9 plus 6, 15, 65. For CD, CD magnitude is equal to square root of 4 square plus 7 square. Sixteen plus 49 is equal to 65. So we see that vectors have all things common. Their x components are common, their y components are common, there exists parallelism between these two vectors, their magnitudes are same, that's 65 square root, and other is also square root of 65. So we can say that these are equal vectors.